Coming in 2 minutes, y'all. 2 minutes. I'll be right there. Counter's wrong. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Shout out in the chat if you're here already. Yeah. Good morning. Who we got? Who's with me? Good morning, everybody. Yes. Chad, my man. Where you at, Chad? Which class you with? Check it out. Yo. Yeah, the Doug's rocking the green. Percy. Hi, how you guys doing? What's awesome about today? I built a greenhouse last night. Mrs. French, welcome. Thanks for dropping by. Caden, hi, how you doing? Good to see you guys again. I missed you last week. I did. It's like, oh, where's my VJs? What's awesome about today? What have you guys been up to that's fun? Anything cool? I was building a greenhouse last night, getting some seeds in the garden. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Anything awesome going on in your life? Hey, what's the deal? Let me ask you guys this. What's the deal with small spoons? Okay, so I was having stew last night, and I went to grab a spoon from our drawer, and I pulled out a spoon, went, sat down, and I was like, this is like a baby spoon. And it was a dessert spoon. That's what they call it. It was a dessert spoon. And then you got your bigger spoon, which is like a soup spoon. And I'm like, first of all, I don't need two different sizes of spoons. Second of all, I'm like, if there's any spoon that I want to be the bigger spoon, I want it to be my dessert spoon. Because I want to go like, I want all of the dessert. I don't want a baby spoonful of the dessert. And so anyway, you guys are going to grow in power and influence in your life. And I think somebody should start a GoFundMe to eliminate the dessert spoon. That's what I think. Small spoons are not the best, Bab. Come on. Give me something better to work with there. Small spoons. No, just give it to me all. Give me the big spoonful. And then my son hands me a ladle. Okay, not quite that big. So, how you guys doing? Good to see you guys again. It is St. Patty's Day. Check it out. The Doug's wearing the green. I got this tie on and got the green going. Are y'all wearing green? Hands up. Give me a thumbs up if you got green on today. I need to know. Yeah, I don't understand. See, Caden's with me. Caden's tracking. Okay? Dude, let's do something about it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have time to do stuff about small stuff like that. I got big stuff to do. It is St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day. The luck of the Irish to you today. And I'm gonna this is the St. Patty's Day takeover today. We're gonna have some fun. And I'm gonna share with you guys, I'm gonna blow your mind with some facts, little known facts about St. Patrick and his life. But first, I know you guys are all in on this, and this is a big deal that we can help with. And you guys, this is going to be the easiest dime you ever raise for a good cause, okay? Super simple. All you need to do is right now subscribe to the stream, okay? Subscribe to my Creedcast channel. The button is just below the video here. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, make sure you get notifications, because here's what's going to happen. And I just finished up a stream with another school, and we added another 17 subscribers. And so let's see if we can outdo them. Hit subscribe, and for every subscriber, I'm going to give a dime by Easter. So we got another week and a half until Easter. I'm going to give a dime for every new subscriber since January 1st. I backed it up because we had some good subs in January. And I'm going to give a dime for every new subscriber since January. And it's going to our new beginnings baskets for at-risk youth at Catholic Social Services. So these are kids who are under the age of 18. Typically between like 14 or 15 and 18, who are either in abusive situations or escaping abusive situations. They may be struggling with addictions, substance abuse. They may even be engaged in prostitution or being trafficked, sold. And Catholic Social Services provides a place for them to get back on track, some transition housing, emergency housing, and helps them establish a new life. And these new beginnings baskets are going to contain things that would be helpful if you were like starting over, or if you were like moving out on your own. Okay, so it's going to contain stuff like bedding, okay, pillowcases, sheets, maybe some bathroom stuff, small kitchen appliances like a toaster or a kettle, chargers for their phone, maybe some gift cards for groceries or an Easter meal. Okay, and so what we're trying to do as a district is raise $15,000 to provide 100 baskets for at-risk youth through Catholic Social Services. So one small thing that I'm going to do is for every subscriber to the channel, I'm going to give a dime to the cause. Okay, and guys, at this point, it's not amounting to too much, but every little bit's going to help. So if you can do that, sub up right now, and let's get a little extra money to Catholic Social Services. Subscribing, thank you. Please do it. Please do it. Hey, happy birthday. Who's got birthdays this week?
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. We're singing happy birthday to you.
It's your birthday.
It is, some of you, it's your birthday. All of us are going to have a birthday sometime in the next year. Did you know that?
It's a great day.
I'm calling it, predicting the future.
That's what we say.
Happy birthday to you. All right. So it's Logan Paul's birthday. Logan Paul's birthday. Like today? Seriously? Huh. I got a couple others. I didn't know it was Logan Paul's. I try not to follow Logan Paul. We got birthdays all over the place. Let's start with VJM. We got Brenna on March 21st. Brenna, are you with us? Are you with us, Brenna? Happy birthday on March 21st. How old are you? And we got a bunch of others over at Satch's, just across the parking lot from you guys there. We got Anthony, Evan, Alexander, Ryan, Kara, Lucas, Amy, Layla, Lawrence. How's that for a list? That's just this week at Satch's. Over here at Esme, that's where I'm at in my studio. Kayla, today, happy birthday, Kayla, March 17th. Mila, March 21st, happy birthday. And then Grace up at GHP in Morinville, boop, boop, boop. March 17th, today, St. Paddy's Day, babies. So, yes, oh, good. Happy birthday. That's awesome. Happy birthday, Brenna. You get the birthday wrap because you're with us and you got a birthday this week.
It's birthday time. It's such a thrill.
You,
Don't
Brenna.
be sad you're over the hill. You've got many more years to come. We love you. You're number one.
You're number one, Brenna. You're my favorite. Don't tell everybody else. What kind of laugh was that, right?
Daily inspiration, inspiration for your everyday.
Inspiration for your everyday. Even though we only do this once a week, this is your daily inspiration for your everyday. My Starbucks is great, by the way. It is simply a blonde roast, 1 cream, 1 sugar. Super simple, but it's pretty good this morning. It's good. Today's daily inspiration comes from St. Patrick. This is from his breastplate prayer. Breastplate prayer. St. Patrick, I'm going to tell you his story near the end, but at one point, he wrote a bunch of stuff, and one thing that he wrote was this prayer. And now this little piece, this is like, if you said this prayer in the morning, I think you would, this would be like a Captain America, Avengers Assemble moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think God would just be like, yeah, let's go, baby. This is like, it reminds me kind of like a clash of, like two forces, good versus evil. Maybe even like a couple of anime characters. Anybody watch anime? I don't watch a ton. My kids do. I watch like My Hero Academia a little bit. Maybe you'd see this like when they're ready to like, they're all powering up and stuff. And this is what they'd be saying, right? I don't think they're praying, but maybe they would. I arise today through the strength of heaven. Get this. Light of sun. Brilliance of moon, splendor of fire, speed of lightning, swiftness of wind, depth of sea, stability of earth, and firmness of rock. That's St. Patrick. Isn't that awesome? That's so good. I could see, that sounds like Gandalf, right? When he's facing off against the Balrog, he could just like recite St. Patrick's breastplate, right? He's like, light of sun, brilliance of moon. Man, I think I'm going to start saying this in the morning while I'm making my coffee. Whoo-wee! Power! Don't you think? Do you guys watch anime? Oh, Chad, you are my number one. Don't tell Brenna though. Shh, you're my number one, Chad. Yes, you watch anime. Which anime do you watch? Give me some names. What's really good? Like, what's like the dog's got to watch it? Tell me. Anything good? Trending Tuesdays. It is not Tuesday, but it is Tuesday because every day is Trending Tuesday. It's like Taco Tuesday. When you have tacos, doesn't matter what day of the week, it's Taco Tuesday. And trending this week, a couple of things that I noticed. Number one, maybe you guys felt it Monday morning, the time change. Oh, that was rough, man. Like, I just felt it, like in the school, in the classrooms and stuff. Everybody was just like zombies, man. Okay, so here's the deal. Time change was started like way back in wartime when they wanted to like save electricity. And so it would be light a little bit longer. But here's the thing, especially up in our climate where it's dark in the morning still, the electricity that they saved at night, people would get up early and it was still dark, so they had to turn the lights on and the heater on and everything else anyway in the morning. So they didn't save any electricity, y'all. Okay, this thing doesn't work. And every year it trends. People are like, scrap daylight savings time. And I'm like, yeah. And nobody does anything about it. But we've also learned that it actually increases rates of depression, both in the fall and in the springtime change. Depression goes up. Workplace productivity, school productivity. down. It's not good, man. Okay? It's the one thing that Saskatchewan got right. Saskatchewan doesn't do daylight savings time. They say the same time all year round. That's it. Okay? And so you guys are going to go on into power and places of influence, and somebody should start a GoFundMe to cancel daylight savings time. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Get rid of it? How was school Monday morning? Tell me that. And tell me we shouldn't get rid of it. Also trending was a surprise St. Patrick's Day, an early St. Patrick's Day surprise. The city of Chicago, every year on St. Patty's Day, they got a big parade, festival, and they dye the Chicago River green. Look how green that is. Look how green that is right there. Boing, boing. They dye it green. Last year, because they have a parade and everything with it, big crowds, everybody comes down to the river. Of course, they couldn't do it last year because of the pandemic, and they weren't going to do it this year because they had to cancel the parade too. They couldn't have the crowds still, so they said, look, it's just canceled. But the mayor of Chicago woke up on Saturday morning and made an announcement, hey, we can't do the gathering, but happy St. Patty's Day, and the river turned green. They did it by surprise. Usually it's on the 17th, but they did it by surprise so people didn't have time to like organize and get down as a crowd. But they were still able to go down and enjoy it. They turned it green. I thought that was kind of cool as a surprise. And I was like, why did they do this? Like, how did it start? And so I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that way back, like in the 60s, the plumbers would actually put green dye into the sewage systems, and then anywhere there was a leak into the river, it would leak out this green dye. They'd be able to spot it and fix it. And so one day there was a guy who was working with the dye, and he was covered green head to toe at the end of the day, and his boss is like, ha ha ha, that's awesome. We should do that for St. Patty's Day. And so since then, they have squirted this green dye into the river and turned it seriously green. I'm like, what kind of dye is this, and how much do you got to add to make it that green? I thought that was pretty sweet. It's like the Sturgeon River. It's green all year round, though. Yes, the hashtag takeover. If you guys have watched The Tonight Show, every week Jimmy Fallon puts out a hashtag on Twitter, asks people to give their funny stories related to that hashtag. This week's hashtag is dad quotes. And you guys have probably got a dad that gives you crazy quotes. He's got funny stuff he says or stuff that doesn't make any sense, makes your eyes roll. Like, oh, Dad, come on, seriously. And so Jimmy has collected all the dad quotes, and I went through them, found some that I loved and didn't make it onto the show, and then I added one of my own. So let's start. At Carrie_Joe, my dad looked in the mirror, turned to me, and casually said, "It's hard to improve on perfection." Well played, Dad. Well played. Much respect. At Marco Samparo 3 said, once my dad went to the grocery store, and the cashier asked, "Do you want the milk in a bag?" And he said, "No, just leave it in the carton." That's one of those eye rolls. Like, oh, Dad, come on. Seriously, I love it. It's great. At Heather Rue said, when my dad first got his smartphone, "Hey, Heather, when does the App Store open?" Wah, wah, wah. That's such a dad thing. At 88SHR, Susan says, "Wet birds fly upside down at night." To this day, I have no idea. Susan, I have no idea either. You're going to have to ask your dad on that one. And I had to ask my dad. Growing up, my dad would say, whenever we asked Mom what's for dinner, Dad would pipe up, "Poop from Skip." Skippy was our first family dog. I still don't quite get it. But I sure as heck use it as a dad myself. My kids ask, "Mom, what's for dinner?" I'm like, "Poop from Skip." Skippy was dead so many years when I first remember hearing this. Skippy wasn't even relevant anymore, and I just don't know, like, it didn't make any sense, still doesn't, but I know Dad follows me on Twitter. He saw this when we had a phone conversation last night, and we had a good laugh, and he didn't explain anything to me. I still don't know what happened. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your chaplain speaking.
So good, so good. Yes. Okay, this is your chaplain speaking. So let me blow your mind with some little known facts about the life of St. Patrick. First of all, I'm going to just take the lid right off and I'm going to expose St. Patrick for the phony Irishman that he was. That's right. Two things. His name was not Patrick. And he was not Irish.
You've got to be kidding me!
Nope, not kidding. St. Patrick was actually born in Britain, and his name was Maewyn Succat. That was his birth name. Kind of an old English name. I don't think we would hear those names anymore, but that was his original name, and he was born in Britain. Now, around age 16, St. Patrick was captured by Irish pirates. Irish. Say that really fast twice. He was captured by Irish pirates who would raid up and down the coast, and they would kidnap fishermen or farmers, shepherds. They would kidnap the women and children, usually kill the men, and they would head back over to Ireland. They would either sell the women and children into slavery or they would use them for slaves themselves. And that was Maewyn's fate. He was taken as an Irish slave, and he was put into the fields to tend the livestock, typically sheep. And it was about 6 years that he was in the fields, mostly by himself. He was raised with a strong faith, and he began to experience visions that God had for his life, and he heard God's voice, spending so much time by himself. And one day, after about 6 years, he heard God tell him, "Your ship is waiting." So he knew then that was his chance to escape. He escaped his captors. He headed down to the coast, and he found a British ship that was heading back over across the Irish Sea, back to Britain, and he was able to negotiate passage, and he headed back over to Britain, where he was reunited with his family, and he dove even deeper into his faith and what God had in mind for his life. And so he became a priest, a father, Father Patrick. At the point where he became a priest, he changed his name from Maewyn to Patrick. Patrick, patricius means in Latin, means like nobleman, or patri is like father, so it's like nobleman or father. So Father Patrick, and eventually became a bishop. Now, he was really convicted that God was calling him to head back over to Ireland and bring the gospel, Christianity, to the Irish tribes, the pagan chiefs. And so he loaded up a boat full of monks and himself, and they headed over with the intention of bringing the gospel, starting monasteries and churches, and sharing Jesus with all of the tribes of Ireland, which is what they did, but not without a great cost. You see, St. Patrick was taken prisoner. He was tied up in chains, whipped, beaten, and many of the monks were killed. But eventually, he won over the tribes and the chiefs, and they became a Christian nation. And he was largely responsible for bringing Christianity to the entire country of Ireland. Now, a couple other details. St. Patrick didn't wear green. St. Patrick likely wore blue. Blue was a symbol of like the British Empire. And when the rest of Britain started to migrate over to Ireland and begin to take over the country, they brought the color blue with them. There's standards like royalty, British Empire, and Ireland was like, no, green, that's our color, rebellion. And so the color green became a symbol of rebellion. The shamrock became that symbol of rebellion as well, and that's where we see all the green show up on our St. Paddy's Day celebrations. A couple other myths that are associated with St. Patrick. One may be true, maybe not. One is likely not true. The first one, St. Patrick is said to have driven all the snakes out of Ireland. He got up on a hill, prayed, snakes all scattered off into the ocean. Well, most biologists, ecologists would agree that actually there probably wasn't any snakes in Ireland to begin with. It's just too wet and it's too cold. It's too far north. There's not going to be snakes there. So, busted. But the other lore, legend that goes along with St. Patrick is that he used the shamrock to teach the pagan tribes about the Trinity. Three leaves, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. 3 leaves, 1 plant. And that became the symbol of the Trinity for Ireland. So by about the 7th century, St. Patrick was officially known as the patron saint of Ireland, except that there was no process for making saints yet officially within the Catholic Church. That didn't happen until like the 12th century. And so St. Patrick was actually never officially canonized or made a saint. But because Ireland loved him so much and he did so much work for God in Ireland, he has been the patron saint and revered as a saint ever since. So how about that, y'all? St. Patrick. Thank you very much for showing up today. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm very thankful that we had some time together today. Can I add you on Clash of Clans? Dude, I haven't played Clash of Clans in a few years, so sorry. I don't play much. If you ask me, hey, do you play Dungeons & Dragons Heroes on the original Xbox? That's about it. Maybe a little Diablo 3 here and there. But that's it, guys. It's time for me to go. I don't play Fortnite either, Percy. Sorry. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys have a chance to celebrate with some green pancakes or a shamrock shake. I'm going to get a shamrock shake on my way out of town today just to celebrate the life and times of St. Patrick, who was brave enough to bring God's love to people who didn't know about him. And I just admire that kind of courage. I think he did a really amazing thing, showing people how much God loved them. And I think he is one of my favorite saints. I love Ireland, and I love that whole story. So yeah, one of my favorites. That's actually on my bucket list. One of my favorite places to travel would be Ireland. So here's to St. Patrick. Here's to you guys. God loves you guys too. Okay, so do I. I can't wait to hang out in person very, very soon. And until then, God bless you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.